What's up, electric family? How are you all doing? Hope we're all doing great. Have you been told you have a spiritual call, that you're called to become a native doctor, a prophet, or a spiritualist at large? If yes, then this video is for you. Even if you've not been told, maybe you have friends, family, relatives around you that are passing through some of the things I'm going to be listing this evening, then take a seat and chillax. We are diving into the video. Before I proceed, if today is the first time you're coming across my face or you're seeing my video, I say you're highly welcome. Do me well by hitting the red subscribe button, because it will mean a whole lot to me. And to my returning subscribers, I say a whole lot of thank you. Much love from me to you guys. Let me jump back to my main video. So I will be telling us on the process to take if you're called to become a native doctor or a spiritualist. Before I tell us the process to take, let me tell us some of the signs you will see to be sure if you're called to become a native doctor or a spiritualist. Some of the signs you will see if you're called are, through your dreams, you will really get a whole lot of confusing dreams that will make you start wondering what is happening. You might be dreaming and you see an old man or an old woman in your dreams, and she will lead you to the bush, showing you this leaf is meant for this one. It cures this thing. If you join this leaf and this leaf together, this is the end result. This is what you use it to cure. If you give this leaf to a barren woman, she will conceive. If you use this leaf for this, it will cure this. Things like that. If you see yourself in the dream, dreaming about these kind of things, see yourself being led by an older person to the bush, then you know that somewhere. Then if you see yourself in the river, this time around, not just swimming in the river, you see yourself in a strange kingdom that you've not been to before, then the kingdom is being governed by other bodies that are new to you. Maybe you're one of the princesses or the prince, or you're occupying a certain position in that kingdom. Then you need to ask questions. Your dreams has a whole lot of things to say about your life in reality. If you also dream again where you make love with somebody, you dream where you make love with, maybe it might come with the face of your boyfriend, or it might come with a strange face. After dreaming, you make love with this person. Then when you come to reality, in real life, when you wake up from your sleep, you see yourself being wet. Then you have a whole lot of consultation to make, because things don't just happen. These are some of the signs. You're getting some signs, so you need to ask questions to know where those dreams are coming from. If you also close your eyes and you see horrible things, you see python, you see snakes chasing you, or snakes chasing you, and you're running away and things like that, you're always, it has gotten to this extent that abale arogo gefife, you're scared of sleeping these days because of the kind of dreams and the kind of things you see. Then you really need to ask questions to know where you're coming from and where you're going to. You really need to ask questions. When you also dream and you see yourself flying, oh God. When you also dream and you see yourself flying, in your dreams, maybe you're being chased by forces, you're being chased by people, and suddenly you grew wings and you're flying very high. You need to ask questions where you're coming from and where you're going to. Then again, these are the spiritual, the dream aspect of it. Then again, in reality, things doesn't move well for you at all at all. You might go on a business trip or engage yourself on a business deal with your friends, with people, and unu niile ga-eme invest the same time. Their own, they will scale through, their own will scale through. Then you in particular, your own won't scale through. You opened a business the same time with your friends. You guys are into a particular business or different type of businesses, and within some months you see their own turning up, booming. Then you as a person, your own is not turning up at all. Instead of you to be growing front, you're coming down. Instead of you to be growing, you're coming down. Then you need to go and ask. It might be a signal. It might be a signal. Different people with different signs. These ones I'm giving you guys are just some of the signs you will see for you to know. If you've gone to Alpha several times, and Alpha have told you, you've gone for consultation several times, and they've told you you are called for something, then on your own as a person, you're also seeing this kind of things. Then these are some of the things you will encounter. Again too, some people might also say in their lineage that there has never been a native doctor in their lineage before. This time around, it is not by lineage. It is not by maybe your father was, or your grandfather was, or your grandmother was, or if there has never been anybody so far in your lineage. These days, more, they choose who they want to choose. Sometimes people inherit it from their grandpas or grandmas. It is there. Some families are gifted with this spiritual gift. That is their own. There must always be a first person to start anything in a family. It might be that you are the first to be called. Then you don't have to start doubting when you're seeing these signs, or when you're being told that this is where you're called or that is where you're not called. You don't really have to doubt, because these days, more they choose on your choose. You see, you might be a politician. You might be into politics. You know the president, you have their number. You know this minister, you have their number. You know this senator, you have their number. You have the number of almost everybody, all prominent people in this world, all influential men in the society. You know, you have their numbers and you know them in person. But from year to year, these people will never help you achieve anything. These people will never support you. Even when you bring up a business proposal, they will always look for something to tell you. People that you know that on a normal day, they will help you. People that you know that on a norms, your dreams can be accomplished, can be actualized. They will make you stand as a person. But you discover they don't help you. You just know them for knowing sake. You cannot give any account. You don't even have anything to show for having a senator's number, for knowing the president, for knowing the governor, for knowing this, for knowing that person. Your own is to just answer big name for mouth. Your own is to just answer big name for mouth. You're nowhere. From year to year, you're just there as a politician. It is not even like you're getting this position. It's not even like you're not getting that position. Several promises, people uses you to actualize, to accomplish. People uses you to accomplish their political dreams. Why you as a person, you're not prospering, you're not going anywhere. If you have that kind of this, you need to ask. If you're experiencing this kind of thing I'm telling you about, you need to ask. You see some people, they are political gurus. When you ask them, if you want to know the affairs of the state you're in, the affairs of the state where you come from, just ask them. They will give you the total history of the state where you come from, which it's true. It's not like they're telling you lies or something. You discover that everything they are telling you are true. They are experts in their fields, but they cannot make out anything. They cannot make out something meaningful for themselves. If you're in this kind of person, you really need to ask questions. It is very, very necessary you ask where you're coming from, because it is not ordinary. Obi can never remain a boy every year. We really need to ask. These are some of the signs too they come with, Then some people too, you discover that you have this unmerited favor, you have this unmerited good luck. When you go to do things with your peers, the way you escape, the way you come out of any critical situation or any critical condition you find yourself in, you can't even explain. Some might even go as far as becoming armed robbers when they've not found out their potentials. You discover that when you go to rob, they might catch or kill every other person, but you will always scale through. You will always come back alive. Even if you don't come back with what you went for, at least you will come back with your head. You need to ask. Some things you have done, some things you've been through, you passed through in life with your peers. You discover that you came back with your own head. You might be thinking that you're being smart, or it is how smart you are, or something like that. But the simple truth is what? If they even tell you as a person to explain, to give account, to detail us on how you manage to escape your critical moments, you can't even explain it as a person. You find out that you don't even have anything to say. Do you know why you've been escaping all those things? Why you've been escaping all those critical moments? It's because you have people to deliver. People are waiting for you to save them. People are looking up to you to save them. You are people's savior. That is why you have not accomplished your mission in this world. That is why you will always come out alive, so that you will deliver those people. And the more you refuse walking towards the direction of actualizing what you're sent to this world to do, that is the more you're tying yourself down as a person. Your success is very, 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 very far, no matter how hard you try. No matter how hard you try. So that is why it is always very, very good for you to always consult Juebis Rebiowa Marihi Nemeka Uzodrigi Kihapuzi Nona Atanduga for nothing. So you stop wasting your time unnecessarily. Because no matter how you run, no matter how far you think you can dodge, also, you always come back to it. Why not start on time? Why not start on time? Sometimes, if you are also this kind of person that in your place of work, others get promotion. Every time it is time for people to be promoted, you will see others. They will get promotion, sharp, 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 sharp. Then your name will always not be in this list of people that are to be promoted. You need to ask questions. It might be that they might be flogging you from that side. So you will ask and know where you're being called. Several things are happening today. Everything is not. I always hammer on this thing almost in all my videos, that everything is not witchcraft. Everything is not witchcraft. It is not all about onye meregini, onye meregini. Some things are just nature. Some things are just natural. Sometimes when you go to all these spiritual churches, all this, they will give prophecy to almost everybody in the church, but they won't see anything for you. In your mind, you will be like, what is happening? What is not happening? One of the reasons why they don't see visions for you in the church is because maybe the spiritualist you went to, the prophet or the pastor you went to their church, you might be higher than them in the spirit. How do you expect them to see visions for you? Let me give you an instance. Maybe you go to a spiritual church where the person there is an inspector. The person's spiritual rank is an inspector. Whereas you that came to this person's church for this person to deliver you, in the spiritual realm too, you are a commissioner. How do you expect this person to start seeing visions for you? How do you expect this person to give you message They won't see anything. I can't accord anything. You hear things like, meet me in the office. I will see you next week. Meet me after 3 days. They don't have anything to tell you. Don't even bother yourself going. They don't have anything. Anything they don't have to tell you. If they have to tell you, they will tell you in public. They will tell you where they are telling the other people. They don't have anything to tell you. Or you are among these clear of people that when you go to church, no matter how the anointing flow, no matter how everybody falls down and breaks chair, no matter how the anointing flow, you will never fall. Even if they like, let them touch your head, you will never fall down. You need to ask. Maybe in your mind you might be feeling, I am just born. I am an actor. I am just born. I know they fall for these kind of things. You don't know what is backing you up. You don't know who you are. You don't know what's leading you through. You really need to ask questions. Where am I coming from? What is happening? You need to ask. You can go and bring in so and so ROC to come and stay with me. Then when you also bring in that same ROC, you need to bala oriko. Okay, the one at home, I have brought in so and so ROC. I want two of you to work together. I want two of you to eat together. I want anything I give to two of you should accept it and be at peace. If not, if you don't do it like that and go and bring in, you see, that is why you see most native doctors, they die before their time. Madam Nozi and Gonaga, Ibati Abati, Sukuzi Asokwo. Madam Nozi and Gonaga, Ibati Abati, Sukuzi Asokwo. For you to become a native doctor does not mean that you now know it all. Nobody knows it all. Even your spiritual father, your godfather also has a godfather. That godfather of your godfather also has a godfather. Even in your churches. Onye wu pastor mmadu kpuberi okpu n'isi. Onye wu reverend mmadu kpuberi okpu n'isi. Onye wu deaconess, whatsoever position you are acquiring today in the church, all mmadu ga-ekpumegi that okpu n'isi. The same way too, it is in the traditional sector. So you really need to know things. This work is actually a gradual process. It is a step-by-step thing. The more you're growing and going deeper, the more your potentials will come to actualization. The more they will come to actualization. You have to first and foremost nurture your own God-given potentials. Always remember, Ibafa is very, very paramount in everybody's life. Doing consultation is very, very necessary, even to you as a native doctor. It is very, very necessary. It is something you should always do. If you can, weekly is even best for you to know that you're on the right track, so that you don't go deep into your mistake before realizing it. Because when you're always asking, that is when you will know, oh, I am doing this thing wrongly. Immediately you correct yourself before it goes too far, before it spoils things for you. Then, if all these things I have mentioned, all the signs I have mentioned, are the things you come across as a person, then you will dibia. And starting a dibia work, becoming a native doctor, a spiritualist, is not easy at all. If you really want to be on the right track, it is not easy at all. If it's my Calabar phrase, they will say no bimpombere something. No bimpombere something at all. For you to come out in this work as a spiritualist is not easy. First and foremost, you must have an open mind. You must have an open mind. You must have a pure mind about your fellow human being. Secondly, your hands must be open like this. You must be ready to give out for you to get. It is not all about receiving. You're called to help people. You're called to help the poor. You're called to save lives. So you must also be ready to give out. Again, too, you must be ready to do sacrifices. It is not when they set things for you, then no more a charger, no more this, no more that. Now you're expecting customers from different parts of the world. Then you can, as the person, you don't want to give up. Have you seen you're not going anywhere? You won't go anywhere. I call this Dibia work, like I call this spiritual work. If you know what you're doing, that is the people I'm talking about. I call this spiritual work miss. Because why? You will miss a whole lot of things. You forgo a whole lot of things. If you're a single lady in this, if you're a single lady answering your call, actualizing your call, putting it into practice, becoming a native doctor, then that means you have to forgo a whole lot of things. That your fine boyfriend, you have to let him go. Or he has to understand your life before and your life when you start your work will not be the same at all. There is no way to be the same. If you're a young guy answering your call, your social life before, even that your girlfriend, your beautiful girlfriend, you have to let her go. You have to forgo a whole lot of things. Your social life generally will be affected. You can't be a native doctor or be a spiritualist. Today you're in this club, tomorrow you're not in that club. Today you're hanging out, you're in this beer parlor, tomorrow you're not in that beer parlor. Anangore, you dance, you do this, you do that. Then when will this spirit communicate with you? When is the time? When is your holy moment? When will they come to communicate with you? Are you the one that will tell them when they will communicate with you? Or they are the ones to tell you when to communicate with you? Or they are the ones to communicate with you anytime they want to? If you're in this set of categories, you see you're not going anywhere, no matter how hard you try. No matter how hard you try. Oh, you gotta make all sorts of things. Then you come back to your temple and you expect to call them and they answer you. They won't answer you now. They won't answer you. Coming out in this work is not easy at all. And any mistake you make as a beginner, any mistake you make in your early stage, for you to correct that mistake and come back to track, it's not easy at all. It's not easy at all. So it's even better for you to be on the right track, to try and avoid making mistake. Because if you do, it won't. The story, Aderomanansi, mofu. You will stay from morning till night, month to month, week to week. Not even one person will come to your shrine. Not even one person will come to your temple. Ndị na agbara afa gada abia talk more na arụ agaghị abia. If you've already started your spiritual call and you discover that suddenly your work stopped, you're no longer having customers, are no longer coming, people are not coming for you to work for them, you need to go and start asking questions because you've made a mistake. You need to start tracing back. And before you can trace back and correct your mistake, then start coming up again. My dear, no be months something, no be even 6 months something, no be 1 year something. If your chi is alive, then you can talk about it. Then, if not, it is not easy at all. And again, as a native doctor, before bringing in forces, before before customers, before you go to tie this or tie that to start getting people, so people will be coming to your temple, so customers will be coming to your temple, people that you work for will be coming. You have to first and foremost align with your own potentials. It is not magic, it doesn't just happen. You have to align with your chi first and foremost. Align with the forces you came to this world with first and foremost, before you can think of bringing in more hasi outside. And before you bring in any other gods from outside, any other arusi or any other power from outside, you need to buy alafa. this thing I am going into, this force I want to bring it, this arusim chori polotolo. How will it go? Ogagakwa? Will it work well? Will it align well with the ones I have at home? Because sometimes, dibias, in the course of you want this, you want that, ka oku na bia na nkegi 247, ka ona azu azu na ekwo na nkegi, you go to bring this one, you go to bring that ROC. Then when you bring them in without asking questions, then the two of them will start fighting because they cannot agree. You did not tell the one at home, this is what I am going to do. You need to, after asking question, if the one at home tells you yes, you can go and bring in another, you can go and bring in so and so ROC to come and stay with me. Then when you also bring in that same ROC, you also need to bala her oriko. Okay, the one at home, I have brought in so and so ROC. I want two of you to work together. I want two of you to eat together. I want anything I give to two of you should accept it and be at peace. If not, if you don't do it like that and go and bring in, you see, that is why you see most native doctors, they die before their time. Madam for you to become a native doctor does not mean that you now know it all. Nobody knows it all. Even your spiritual father, your godfather also has a godfather. That godfather of your godfather also has a godfather. Even in your churches. Onye wu pastor mmadu kpuberi okpu n'isi. Onye wu reverend mmadu kpuberi okpu n'isi. Onye wu deaconess, whatsoever position you are acquiring today in the church, all mmadu ga-ekpu megi that okpu n'isi. The same way too, it is in the traditional sector. I'll be stopping here for today. If you have any questions to ask me, please drop it in the comment section. And please ask me based on my teachings. Makanonyo wula nwere mmụọ na-edu ya ikuzi nkuzi. Mmụọ na-edu m ikuzi nkuzi is different from mmụọ na-edu onye ọzọ ikuzi nkuzi. So we don't get confused along the line. I'll see you guys in my next video. Do me well by hitting the red subscribe button. Kachukwu okike abịa mana mmụọ niile m na-ejere ozi na ndị na-ejere m ozi. Goziere m unu ncha niile n'ofu n'ofu. Ka ọchịchị obi anyị niile bịa into actualization. Ka anyị nwanda kpọrọ ka baba rụọ ọrụ ịzọ ndụ. Ka Chukwu okike abịa ma mee ka ọnwụnwa ga-eme anyị ka anyị daghị n'okwukwe agaghị erute anyị aka. Ka anyị stand there in the path of truth. Ka anyị rụọ ọrụ arụka ya nka, rụta ihe akwa ka inwe enwe ezi nchekwaba. Ihe a niile ka m na-ayọ n'isi anyị ncha niile akpọrọ ọkpụkpụ oku ịrụ ọrụ a. Ka Chukwu okike abịa ma si n'aka anyị na-agọzi ndị mmadụ, na-azọpụta ndị ekere agbụ, na-atọpụ ndị mmadụ n'agbụ, na-asụghere ndị mmadụ ụzọ. Ka ezinụzọ ha wuru siriri werere, ka anyị wuru ndị anyị ga-eji ama atụmatụ ọma na-awụghụ nke ọjọọ. Ihe a niile ka m na-ayọ. And ezumezu niile, unu ncha niile nọ na-awụ ọchị m from different parts of the world. Ka Chukwu okike abịa ma gọzie unu ncha niile n'otu n'otu. Meru n'ọchịchị obi unu n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ma na aja ana. Ise.